Hello and welcome to the Franchise Tag Podcast with me, your host Freddie Orr, joined with Skypank, Gareth Smith, and we are live from Radio Row in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. This is the second day of Radio Row. This is the fourth day?
Third day in this building, though, because we had to set up.
Yeah, we had to set up that day. So yeah, we're coming to you live, not with a guest, but we're just going to talk about our experience so far of New Orleans in the Super Bowl. Obviously, thank you for your support on social media so far for all of our content. We've got plenty of videos coming out, which we'd love for you to view and share. This episode's just how we're feeling, how's it going, sort of thing.
Eagles
The Eagles fan.
Honestly, like last night, the opening night, I think that's for that whole day. I think was just a whirlwind. Start off with that food taste, and I think we all appreciated.
We had to wear it.
We did, but was it not worth the food that we got there? To be honest. And then prior to that, just walking out into the Superdome, I think we were all in complete. It was like a place a final should be taking place. Absolutely brilliant location, and then the opening night, which was chaos and a bit carnage. But the amount of content, the amount of questions we've got out there to show you guys over the next few days is unreal. I just think as an Eagles fan, stick with me for a while.
As a neutral, how you feel? Because for me, I've got on one of the videos. It was a whirlwind in a good way. You know, we were expecting it to be a Super Bowl week that we probably watched, and still.
I think it's been nerve-wracking at times. We all take a lot of pride for us to be here. To be in the convention centre here in New Orleans, to be in attendance here. I mean, just like the people that are knocking about. So many yesterday as well. Tamari Davis in the building today. Matthew, James Harrison. You've got the figures of NFL media, Tom Pelissero, Ian Rappaport. We watch these guys from the UK on telly all the time. These are big figures in the NFL world, and to be here on the same stage, the same room as them is pretty crazy. Considering when this was this inception of the franchise tag with myself and Dan Parker, it was to be here. So to be here is it's still like it makes me speechless really, and I think it's been a whirlwind. We've got a lot going on, and I think it is very important for us to take time every now and then to sort of appreciate. We said that yesterday when me and you we went to some interviews with on the opening night, and we were rushing around, and we were in the end zone really at one point, and there wasn't really anyone there. I sort of said to you, like, let's just have a minute. Let's just have a minute and look around. Like, it's so incredible. The fans made it. So that was the first time the fans have been in attendance for it. Well, I think it was amazing.
They were obviously. I'm very. I'm very biased. Obviously, I think the Eagles fans. They were completely.
It was just like a Travis Kelce.
You literally could see there was a Travis Kelce fan fest, and then to be fair, don't get me wrong, I think there was quite a few for Chris Jones. I think he was responding to them quite a lot. The amount of times he was apologising mid-question when he was answering, he'd be so and go, "Whoa," and then get involved and go, sorry. Because you could see he was actually enjoying it. Yeah. It was quite interesting to see the difference between the players who were enjoying the experience and those players who were just there because they're physically told they have to be there.
AJ Brown was doing that for my question. He did this to the crowd. Some of the people were a bit more.
Dallas Goddard as well. When he came out, he did all like, let's go. Eagles fans and everything. That was really cool.
I think that these things do play a factor into when you pick a team who's going to win.
I spoke about it earlier with one of our guests on, but there was a very different tone for each team. The Eagles, it felt like excitement, a little bit of unprofessionalism isn't the word, but maybe inexperience for some of the players are there, but the fans were really, really passionate, and it felt a lot more electric and a lot more hustly-bustly. The Chiefs felt like we've been here
Millions
I think the Eagles felt calm.
I thought the Chiefs felt calm. To be honest with you.
I think Mahomes and those guys, but there were a couple of don't feel bad about it. There were a couple of people on the mic with the Chiefs. I was like, if you don't want to be here, it's nice.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Eagles, it was almost like come out a bit brash. So we've got nothing to lose. We're trying to stop the three-peat. It's almost like a calmness and a good type of. We call it swag, not arrogance, but yeah.
What I would say is about it though is the difference I think as well was the Eagles players all seemed to be in almost one run when they were so literally there was one section where it was like literally crowded as anything, and that was just for some people would have been overwhelming. I think we were just flying around everywhere trying to get. I particularly was basically running around like a lunatic.
Flying.
I literally was, and just trying to make sure I get some of these guys to speak to it. I think the availability of the Eagles players felt like I felt it was easier to get availability of some of the bigger names, like the fact that DeJean, Quinion Mitchell was so easy to get, and I think, and it wasn't like, whereas I think when the Chiefs were there, it seemed to be either specific players getting pounded, and then a lot of people.
We weren't even really expecting to be spoken to. Or the fact that the Eagles did the tactical, we spoke about this last night, and did a full video about the tactical, we'll go first, and let the Chiefs do the late shift.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did the mind game start on Monday, do you think?
I think it's any opportunity you can.
Yeah.
You want to try and get your opponent's head.
Chiefs are up at press starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Different Peter Bell was playing. I wouldn't want to be doing an interview at 8 a.m. Much rather do the 10 o'clock slot.
Yeah,
Different
it's
people.
interesting.
At the end of the day, it's a 53-man roster, you know.
But you know what?
Everybody.
You know what? Doesn't it play into the whole Chiefs thing? We've always said this is we don't care about
Whatever
season.
happens,
Get us to January. We're not first seed, so what? We'll play you anytime, anywhere, any place, and we're going to win.
Patriot Mantle. It's Patriot Mantle, isn't it? It's what Patriot used to be. But the Brady and Belichick, it literally was. The regular season never used to mean they could be the lowest seed going. You still would probably have them down as favourites to win.
Yeah.
And it's always been the case, and the Chiefs have kind of took over that role of being the NFL Patriots.
Did you guys get the impression? I think the more people you've spoken to, everyone seems to think the Eagles are the better team. But because it's Mahomes, I think if it was any other team in the Super Bowl, everyone would be picking the Eagles.
Yeah,
I still
agree.
think that, but I think
I agree.
because of what's on the line, and it's Mahomes, and it's Kelsey, and it's Andy Reid.
Yeah, if you had Eagles v Bills, I think everyone would go Eagles.
Josh Allen's
I think
first Super
Ravens,
Bowl.
I think everyone would go there.
Well, bearing in mind the Eagles did beat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think that the other factor that comes into a little bit is I think the roster man for man are strong. I think a lot of the doubts on the Eagles just comes. But I think some of the doubts on the Eagles is due to the quarterback, which again I don't feel is one. But again, I met him today, got to ask him questions. He was very, very calm on the mic.
Yeah.
You could see he's quite calculated, he doesn't fall for obvious traps, which is quite interesting to see. Obviously, be easy for he's welcome to be here. Like he didn't fall for the obvious kind of trap that people try. I think there's a lot of the doubts on Jalen Hurts. Is another reason why I think the Eagles are more. People don't say the Eagles are better.
Let's draw away from the actual Super Bowl game then, because we've got plenty of content, plenty of time for us to do more live shows like this to talk more in depth about the Super Bowl close to the game. Let's sort of keep focus on this experience so far. I mean, highlight of the first 2 days. Can't say that tonight's media party because we've not done it yet, but we're going to enjoy it. I've got mine. Interviewed Steve Spagnuolo. Nice. Just because he's like legend, you know what I mean? Like, I know it was really cool asking some of these players questions, but you know, some of these players do sort of come and go a little bit, and I know some solidify themselves or famous. You know, we don't know where they're going to be in 20 years' time. Whereas he has been just such a problem, and he's like, you know, you both know I'm such a defense guy. Like, he's a king of defense, isn't he? Really, you know, he's one of the kings of it. I think that was super cool experience.
I couldn't bring myself to ask him anything because I was just thought about trying Super Bowl. So, yeah. What's yours?
Lane Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, being able to speak to Lane Johnson, a stalwart of that Eagles team, the guy that he is, the player that he is, and the calming influence he is over the rest of the guys, and you know he's the leader of that team. Just being able to speak to him, don't get me wrong, I can say some of the raft of players I spoke to this last 2 days, but just speaking to Lane and the guy that he is was just massive for me.
I don't know if I've the main highlights. They're always typical as predictions, only to cop out. But my unexpected one, which probably is the highlight, is the James Winston in the queue.
He's amazing.
Because I was told today by a lot of people that he was quite unavailable, like, because he was working. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a great guy, big personality, but apparently people were approaching him when he was walking amongst us, and he was like, "Really sorry, I'm working." Whereas obviously I got to have that quick 40 seconds, and it was he's just as much of a character as he is.
And we do have another video that'll be coming out of him doing the chat slide while asking a question. So that's my oddest moment so far, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have loads of content coming out over the next few days, with some, hopefully some pretty big names. We've got a few people in the books. So obviously, make sure you keep an eye out on social media for that, because there's plenty more to come for you. Let's enjoy the rest of the week, guys. It's only just begun. Make sure you keep an eye on all our social media. Like I said, give us a like and follow on YouTube. All of our interviews will be going on there as well as Spotify and all podcast platforms. We'll see you all very soon, and enjoy it in the UK.